Spirits of Grapevine Farms. Hello again. We're back.
I hate when I walked over here.
It felt really warm right there too.
Not so much feeling that.
Whoa.
What? What?
Whoa.
On March 7th, 2020, we conducted our second investigation of Grapevine Farms, during which we caught some of our most compelling evidence to date.
Are you hiding in the closet?
Then, 2 weeks later, as with the rest of the world, everything stopped. We had to postpone several scheduled investigations and shelve residential investigations, all due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It was this pause that allowed us time to reflect more on the investigation we had just concluded. Our normal pattern is to investigate, analyze the footage, review the evidence, publish our findings, and then move on to the next. This time, there was no next investigation on the schedule, and no clear idea as to when we could safely resume activities. It was during this time that we thought more and more about Grapevine Farms, and we started asking more and more questions. Why is David still there? Where is he buried? Does he have family buried in the area? Who is the other spirit in the basement with Michael? Who is the soldier upstairs? And so on, and so on, and so on. Grapevine Farms kept busy during the shutdown as well. Not being open for business afforded them the opportunity to do some remodeling and renovations. They changed entire rooms, redid floors, and expanded their wine cellar further into the basement. When they told us that all of this had resulted in an increase in paranormal activity in the building, we knew where we would have to go once the shutdown ended. We had to return, once again, to Grapevine Farms. As I set up for our investigation, Emily went to the local cemetery to see if she could track down any members of the Hiltz family. She found their tombstones and asked some questions. She may have even gotten a reaction.
The stone of David Hiltz Jr. Tonight.
We had the location covered with cameras like never before. However, before the investigation even began, we started having all kinds of technical problems. Our nerve center camera in the basement just stopped recording and stopped sending video. These are wireless connected cameras, so we tried to move it around to get a better signal, but it just was not working. We ended up moving the camera upstairs for the rest of the night, where it never stopped recording, not even once. The issue with that camera was an easy fix, but the one in David's room was not. This camera continued to cut in and out all night. All totaled, the signal was interfered with 16 different times during the investigation. Also, the camera in the basement just stopped sending video. The one in David's room kept going in and out, as if something was interfering with it. While David is known for wreaking havoc on equipment and signals, we cannot say if this was paranormal or not, but we can say that it was annoying. We tried something very different for this investigation. For the first hour and a half, we broadcast a live feed of our nerve center cameras on our Facebook Live page. Altogether, over 400 people tuned in to watch that video, and we want to thank everyone who participated. It is something we will definitely be doing again. We caught a lot of early activity on the nerve center camera down on the wine cellar side of the basement before we even began the investigation. Seeing this at Nerve Center, we immediately went down to investigate.
So who is down here with us tonight? Who else? You need some light there, Pedro?
While we did not receive any audio or visual evidence while we were down there, it didn't take long for our stationary camera in the wine cellar to capture something amazing. In this clip, there appears to be a man with a southern accent singing, followed by a loud, cackling laugh. What makes this truly amazing is that 11 minutes later, our camera caught the exact same EVP, once again followed by laughter. This time, however, you can hear more than one person laughing. At first, we thought the laughter could be coming from us. However, at the time this was captured, most of the group was in the attic, 3 floors and completely across the building from the wine cellar. The rest of us were at Nerve Center, and we never laughed like this. The Facebook Live feed would have easily picked it up. The instances of laughter by themselves are very creepy, but it's the singing before it that captivates us the most. What is this all about? This is in the newer part of the house and in an area that used to be a basement, not a concert hall. Paranormal evidence seldom, if ever, repeats itself. And the fact that it does lends us to believe that this is residual energy, playing like a tape over and over, not reacting to us or the environment. Regardless of what it is, it will always be one of our most prized captures. The attic was the hotspot in this investigation. While we were up there, we caught a flurry of light anomalies unlike anything we've ever seen. There was a lot of energy up there, and our Nerve Center cameras caught some of it.
Who is up here with us?
Could you move one of these ornaments up above?
We wanted to try and communicate more with the spirits of the children up there, so we decided to try and get them to move some ornaments around and play some games, such as jacks. While we're not any good at jacks, the spirits seem to respond to it.
Who is up here with us? How old are you?
That's very good. Make it go to red.
Oh, you listen well.
Yes. Good job.
Could you move one of these ornaments up above?
Shortly after we left the attic, and just 4 minutes after we ended our Facebook Live Nerve Center camera feed, our camera in the attic picked up something unusual. Near the stairwell, this large hanging decoration turns 90 degrees and then just stops. We tried to debunk this as the wind, a breeze, or even one of us bumping into it. However, in the 2.5 hours before it moves, and in the 2.5 hours after it moves, it never moves again. You can also see a light anomaly move towards it shortly before it starts to move. Is this light anomaly responsible for moving this decoration? We cannot say for sure, but it is very compelling. Around midnight, we set up our major experiment for the night. We wanted to see if we could get David Hiltz to show us where he is buried. If you're unfamiliar with David, his tombstone was discovered in the basement by the current owners when they purchased the property. Since that time, his tombstone has resided in an upstairs room of their store. And also, since that time, customers have reported a grouchy old man staring at them and a general uneasiness in this room. We believe we run into David on more than one occasion. One of the owners may have even caught a picture of him. In our past investigations, we have asked him where he wants his tombstone, and his answer was outside.
Do you want him to leave the tombstone? Do you want it inside?
Knowing that, we wanted to give him a chance to show us where he wants his tombstone. So, with one group stationed in David's room using the Phasma box, one group stationed at Nerve Center, and another group heading out to the field where the owners believe his body is buried, we tried to get him to direct us to his body.
Close? Come on, we're getting eaten alive by bugs for you.
Is this where you're buried? Are you close to being right here? Are we close to the spot? David, is whoever is out here with us? Is there somebody else buried we don't know about? We haven't found the stones yet? Can you tell me where your other stones are?
For well over a half an hour, we attempted to get David to communicate with us. However, he chose not to cooperate, and we gathered no evidence from this experiment. Where his body is located is still a mystery. And, while he does seem to like Tim, one of the owners...
Do you like meeting with Tim and talking to Tim?
He doesn't seem to like me, or anyone else, in his room.
Not in here, he doesn't.
What would you like in this room?
Oh.
You want us to be gone.
Prefer to be left alone.
After the experiment with David, we decided to head down to the basement to see if we could communicate with Michael, or perhaps the other male spirit we've encountered down there. As always, we received intelligent responses from the spirit that we believe to be Michael.
Michael, you want to talk to me? Michael, you want to talk to me?
We also believe that Michael was playing with us again, as he is prone to doing. As I was standing, filming Tim and Aaron, I felt a hard tug on the strap of my flashlight, which was hanging out of my vest pocket. What makes this even more interesting is that, right before I react to the tug, you can hear footsteps walking up to me.
I hate when I walked over here.
It felt really warm right there, too.
Not so much feeling that.
Whoa!
What? What?
Whoa.
As you can clearly see, Tim and Aaron are not moving. Neither am I. Is this the sound of Michael running up to grab my flashlight and scare me? Speaking of Michael, the last time we were there, he gave us very specific instructions on where to look for him.
Are you hiding in the closet? Are you hiding?
So, we asked him about the closet again. His response is a classic example of an intelligent communication with a spirit.
Can you open the door to the closet for Van? Can you open the door to the closet for Van?
When we review the footage from the basement, you can clearly see that the door to the closet is blocked. We missed this at the time because while our cameras can see in pitch black darkness, we cannot. We simply didn't notice. But Michael did. After we left the basement, we caught 2 more chilling EVPs on our stationary GoPro camera. The first, we believe, is Michael. The second clip, we believe, is coming from the other male spirit that we have communicated with down here. Having tried to communicate with the children in the attic, we decided to go back up and try to communicate with the soldier. A psychic medium once told the owners that a spirit of a Civil War soldier who abandoned his unit resides in the attic. We decided to try and communicate with him. On our way up, I was doing a spirit box sweep and got an invitation to keep moving up the stairs.
Oh, there's a voice in there, do you hear it? Hello?
War is over. Why did you leave? Why did you quit?
What's your name? Rank? Serial number. Are there any children up here? Me?
Grapevine Farms is a location that always captivates us. We always leave there with more questions than answers, but its spirits and their stories will always keep us coming back.